everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. If I'm Jerome Boateng right now, I would be absolutely angry. What do you mean I lost 20 pounds and this Upamecano guy is supposedly going to replace me? So essentially, the news is coming out of Bild, Sports Bild. They're known for their correctness and overly great stances and no biases towards any of our players. So essentially, well actually, I guess they don't have a bias now because they got rid of the player. I mean, they pretty much forced Thiago out. Okay, but seriously. So Bild said something crazy. They said Bayern Munich don't want to renegotiate a new contract with Boateng. Bayern don't want to renew Boateng's contract going into the 2021 season. So Boateng's contract expires next year, which we all forget about because it's Alaba. We hear about Alaba's contract every single day, but Boateng's contract expires next year too. So according to Bild, Bayern aren't going to renew it, and that's so weird. Imagine losing 20 pounds and they don't renew your contract, getting back into form. And in my opinion, I don't know. I think we should renew it. I think we should definitely renew it. But Bayern Munich are targeting Upamecano. You know, I'll be honest, okay? I like Upamecano. I think I understand why. That's the thing. But Bayern are really obsessed with this guy. Ooh, he might be the new Callum Hudson-Odoi every summer. I mean, at the beginning of this summer, or sounds like a long time. Well, it was a long time ago. At the beginning of it, we were hearing about Upamecano. And all the way to this point, we're still hearing about him. We love Upamecano. Bayern love Upamecano. What's up? Wow, damn. He just put a crown on my head. He called me king? Oh my goodness. No, I don't want to be king. Every bad king in history. Well, I wouldn't be a great king. Nah, let's be honest, man. All these kings kill too many people. Don't associate me with king. Don't call me a king. Don't do that. Okay, so seriously though, Upamecano is such a prevalent topic. It's a persistent topic. Every summer, Bayern want Upamecano. The summer before, we were hearing about Upamecano. And you know what? I like the player, but I don't know if I like the news and the outspurt of Upamecano. But at the same time, I think it's weird that Boateng's contract isn't being talked about amongst the Bayern board. I think that'd probably be the first thing they figure out when January 1st hits. They get their New Year's celebration, and then they get to Boateng's contract. Because he deserved it. At least in my opinion. But according to some sources from Bild, they're, totally weirded out. Boateng's entourage, they're pretty much like, well, wow. So this is what Bild said. Bayern decided not to give Boateng a new contract. The player's contract expires next summer, and he can leave for free. Boateng's disappointed with the club. Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea are monitoring the situation. So essentially, I mean, damn. Chelsea are about to get our sloppy seconds while we took one of their best young center backs, Bright Araimbi, for free. For free. And we took their best talent, Jamal Musiala, for free. And then Chelsea can get good old Jerome Boateng. Literally, good old. He's a good old player. So, God. Now, what is everyone's thoughts on this, man? I can't wait to get into the comments and read those thoughts. But someone said something stupid. Something that's really mind-boggling to me. Someone really came out and said, George, or it wasn't me specifically. It was like, why do you watch Bayern if you know they're gonna win the Bundesliga? Okay, why the hell did I go pay money to go watch the Avengers then? I knew it was fake. That's such a stupid thing to say. There's no logic behind that statement. Like, that's so weird. Okay. How you telling me? Okay, seriously, understand this perspective. What do you mean, why do I watch Bayern knowing they'll win the Bundesliga? Okay, why did I go to the movies, pay all that money? Because I did pay. I went to the theaters. I could have just cracked the movie online. But I paid for Endgame and watched the movie. And I paid for Infinity War too. Why did I do that? Why? Why did I do that? I did it 2 years in a row. Okay? It's because it's entertaining. Okay? Oh my God. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Nah, get out of here. King George ain't a thing. King George ain't a thing. Okay, when I'm watching a movie, when I'm watching Endgame, I'm not thinking of, oh, Iron Man's not real. To me, Iron Man is real. Okay, Tony Stark is real. I want to be Tony Stark. You don't watch a movie because you want to get to the ultimate goal of understanding it's fake. You watch it because it's entertaining. That's why I watch Bayern, and that's why every Bayern fan watches Bayern, despite the fact that they win the league one game in. Nah, man. I did see the video with Jerome Boateng. I watch Bayern too. Come on. I watch every single video. All the training sessions. I watch all of them. Coman's injury, according to some sources from the national team, or actually from Coman's mouth itself, it's nothing bad. So, thankfully, Kingsley Coman is not injured with l'équipe, so he should be very fine to move forward. And Boateng's management is totally surprised with the news. I don't know. According to some other sources, maybe Boateng doesn't know that he isn't getting a new contract. Well, I believe if he wasn't actually getting a new contract, he would know that. So if the news reports are coming out that they're surprised that, then that's a conflicting situation. So Bayern are interested in Upamecano following the decision not to extend. I feel like Upamecano will end up at Bayern 100%. It's not, even if Boateng stays, Alaba's leaving, so he's naturally just the perfect player because him and Alaba play the same, and he's a better defender. Man, I mean, someone really came at me and was like, George, why would Bayern want Upamecano when he conceded 5 goals? And I'm like, first of all, you're talking about the guy that pocketed Lewandowski. Okay, not just anyone can do that. Remember February? Upamecano absolutely pocketed Levy, man. My goodness, Lewandowski. He pocketed him. And then he pocketed so many other players, but 5 goals. Okay, so Niklas Süle is crap then because we conceded 5 versus Frankfurt. You can't use that logic to say that's not how. That's not life. That's not how things work. You can't say, well, here's an isolated incident. Here's why I don't want this player now because of this isolated incident. That doesn't really work. It's not cooperating. You have to keep the consistency. So that's just what I asked for. Oh, of course. I've told you this, mate. You know Upamecano ain't leaving Leipzig. There's the only Leipzig fan in the building. Yeah, that Avengers line was such a bar. What did I say? What did I say? Okay, but do you understand that now? That's the logic people use to be like, if Bayern win the league, why do Bayern fans watch Bayern? That's such a stupid thing to say, man. Like, why do you watch anything? In fact, why do you have hobbies? In fact, why do we breathe? If we know we're gonna die, why do we breathe? Huh? It's like saying that, saying Bayern fans, why do you watch Bayern if you know you're gonna win? It's like saying, why do you breathe if you know you're gonna die? So am I just supposed to kill myself now? Just because, am I supposed to just kill myself? Nah, man, that is the craziest thing people say. His weakness is right foot. What's his weakness? Oh, what? Where did you get right foot from? There is no weakness. His weakness is not /available. So, or none available, whatever you want to call it. Phil Jones is better than Upamecano. Stop this. No, don't say that. Those are things you shouldn't say. Ugh, come on. We're not playing PSG every match. We are? Who said we are? Our players aren't going to play well match in, match out. People are calling trash center, but nah, Upamecano is not trash. Real Madrid want him. I'm not saying that he's the most perfect center back of all time. I'm saying Bayern want him. Our coaching staff watched him enough to want him. So, yeah. They're the ones making that decision. I'm just saying it. I'm just taking it from the source and I'm repeating it and getting it out there into the universe. And somehow you can make your decision about him. I think he's a very good player and this guy was only second to Alaba when it came to ball progression, on the ball skills, but then defensively, he had the most recoveries in the Bundesliga last year or something crazy like that. Upamecano is unplayable. I think this season he slowed down a little bit, but that's probably just Leipzig was still ridiculous. And look at what he did to PSG. Actually, no, he was terrible in that game. And against Man United. Yeah, but look what he did last season to Atletico Madrid. And then, I don't know. That's I don't know why people are moving crazy. It ain't my fault Bayern want Upamecano. Come on, stop blaming me for Bayern wanting a player. That's just how it works, right? Harry Maguire is better. Tactical manager, probably. Oh, man. Even Orban. Wow. Who should they get, in your opinion? Upamecano. I'd get Upamecano. I don't know why everyone makes these assumptions based off one games. That is too crazy. That you're essentially generalizing someone. You know, that's like me saying, you know, your one comment there about Phil Jones being better than Upamecano was bad, so therefore everything you'll ever say is bad. I wouldn't assume anything off a player based on one or two isolated incidences. So Orban's not better than Upamecano. There's no way you believe that. Yeah. Well, actually, Upamecano didn't play well against Hertha Berlin, so I guess you could make that argument that just because he didn't play well, nah, don't do that. Don't do those arguments. And he marshaled Leipzig's defense by himself with Klostermann and Haustenberg. He made Haustenberg look like prime Lothar Matthäus at the back with I don't know. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to compare it. If you could decide Upamecano or Konate, I'd probably pick Konate, but based on our play style with our center backs being incredibly pressing, both of them work. Actually, if we want center backs, picking them up from RB Leipzig is the way to go. It's the perfect path. Why? Because they're playing a similar type of pressing, you know, their center backs commit and press the strikers. That's a perfect combination, and they play a high line, so they know how to play a high line. So I think picking up center backs from Leipzig is perfect because they wouldn't have to integrate. They know the system because we played the exact same high line. We press in a similar manner. The center backs have similar duties, maybe just completely different with the fullbacks and the wingers. Leipzig don't use wingers, so that's the only difference in both team systems. And they don't use a back four; they use a back three the majority of the times. So I think that's the only difference. And the one thing I like about Upamecano is that he can get into the midfield. When Leipzig play, Julian Nagelsmann is so tactical that he's like, well, I want my back three when we're defending, when we're pressing, but maybe not in the build-up. So basically, what Upamecano ends up doing is he moves into the midfield, which staggers the opposition press and staggers the lines. Because now all of a sudden it's Leimer and Upamecano, Sabitzer pushes higher, and it's crazy. It's beautiful to watch. Upamecano is and he's extremely technical as a center back. Look at his dribbling, man. Even against United, this guy completed like a billion dribbles. I swear to God, he was everywhere. And that's mainly down to his ability to control the ball, close control, and everything. And that's something you don't see in many center backs. Pavard, Sula, Lucas, Tanguayco. It sounds so nice on paper, doesn't it? And then you realize we're Bayern, and Pavard is a right back, so you don't put him. He starts a right back. He can't be a center back too. Well, you can say he's like a sixth choice center back, but yeah. So you remove Pavard out of there. Sula, Lucas, Tanguy Kouassi. Those are three center backs, considering Alaba and Boateng leave. And it seems like Alaba's definitely going. Not in January, though, because Hansi Flick wants to keep him for as long as feasible. And then you have Boateng. You keep Boateng. In my opinion, you keep him. But it looks like, according to Bild, Bayern won't, or maybe not Bayern won't keep him. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Waiting for Tapsoba. I hyped him up, but he ain't all that. No, okay. But There's so much waiting with these players, man. You have to wait to see Boateng stay. Why is Bill just saying it like that? Bill is so terrible, but at the same time, I can't help but almost have to. Why would Bayern not want to sell or keep Boateng? Why would they not want to keep Boateng? There's every single reason in the book to keep Boateng. He's a real professional, and he has a lot of experience, and he's doing things. So, according to other sources, Boateng is very surprised that he won't be offered a new contract. Nobody from the club has contacted him and expressed the desire to part ways. Boateng can imagine staying beyond 2021. He can imagine. I can imagine me being with Rihanna. That don't mean it's happening. So, yeah, according to this Bild report, he won't be offered a new contract. Imagine if that's true. Then at the same time, and then Alaba leaves. I mean, those are your two starting center backs on occasion, right? Yeah, I mean, Boateng's starting, so is Alaba. Alaba's starting every single game, so you're gonna have to buy a starter. Yes, you can't just rely on. I mean, people don't want to get it through their heads. You can't do that to the young players. You can't do that to anyone. Just shove them in just because you don't have anyone else. That can't happen. That's why I didn't want Musiala as a fourth winger, and thank goodness we got Douglas Costa, because that's too much pressure. See what Musiala's doing now? I don't think he would have been doing that if he was actually our backup, where he was actually having to start because we didn't have anyone else. So I'm so happy we have depth. You can't do that to young players. To us, it's great because we can, Musiala starting. We can, if he scores, we can brag about it. But to their development, they can actually be hurting themselves by starting too early, which is why we need them for progressively getting better and better. And that's with time on the bench, getting 10 minutes, Musiala scoring against Frankfurt. The amount of times he's probably going to watch that goal back against Frankfurt is ludicrous. He's going to be looking at it, what could I improve, what could I improve? That's how young players develop. So I wouldn't just say, well, let's shove you in now because we don't have another center back. So you're now our third choice center back, which essentially is a second choice center back because there are two center back positions, and once the two center backs are gone, then whoever's next in line gets in first if one of the first center backs gets injured. So for me, I don't think that's feasible. You can't do that to the young player. You got to let them develop. It's very important for them. That's just how development works. If we can play with a high line, we need pace as center back, and Boateng doesn't have that. The last few games we're being out short and being caught out on the break. That's a very good point from Adam Runneger right there. That's a great point because, damn, that's a crazy last name. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I just read something crazy in my head. Okay. Okay, yeah, I agree with you that it is a crazy last name. Not the last name part. Yeah, I agree. We play a very high line, but I would still keep Boateng for the experience and because, well, he worked hard and he went from Unai Onnes saying, you should probably just retire. He told Boateng to leave Bayern. Like, you're the president. What do you mean I should leave? You can sell me. You can't just say that in public. Nah, man, Unai had no filter, man. I'm telling you, this guy could say anything to anybody. So he said this to Boateng. Can't believe that name. Okay, so he said it to Boateng, right? And Boateng worked hard, lost 20 pounds or 15 pounds, something crazy like that. Got a little bit more lean, and eventually he regained some of his form. He simplified his game a lot more. Anyone notice? Boateng doesn't do his Hollywood passes anymore where he whips the ball because he's just simplifying things. He was complicating things. His positioning was off a year before. Things were off, and then over time, he slowly just integrated himself and just got better doing things that Boateng would have been very world-class at. And that's where I wouldn't say he's a world-class center back right now because of his pace and, his body doesn't think or act as fast as his brain thinks. So I think that's why I keep him, because he's doing his thing. Check your DMs. Nah, man, you don't slide into my to my DMs. Oh, you're aware of how it sounds. No, I'm sorry, man. It's just so funny. All right, it's a funny thing. Rosenball, Leipzig will let him. Hey, Poochie head, relax. You're not Real Madrid. We can get Upamecano from Leipzig if we feel like getting Upamecano from Leipzig. Stop doing this to yourself. Stop setting yourself up for failure, because we know if Bayern wanted Upamecano, we would have had him by now. Boateng got bullied by Erling. He got weak lately. Well, Alaba was weak before Boateng was weak, so should we have just let Alaba? Well, actually, we are letting him go, but that's not why. It's not because he was playing terribly for a month, and then I think Alaba's revitalized now. His head doesn't seem to be thinking about 20 million a year. It's perhaps thinking about 30 million a year, the one you'll make when he leaves us and goes somewhere for free. So Alaba will be making a lot of money. Liverpool may be after Upamecano in January. Well, that would be counterproductive, because Upamecano's contract is for the summer, not the year, the summer transfer window. And I don't think Liverpool will be buying a big center back like that, considering, well, that's true. That's true. They did want Kabak. They did want a center back. They should have probably signed one because karma, baby. Karma. Thiago can't stay fit to save his... This guy's been at Liverpool for like 2 months, 3 months or something like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thiago left Bayern in August, no? Oh my God. Thiago left Bayern in August. Remember? August the 24th. No, when did we beat Schalke? That's when Thiago left. Well, August, he left. This guy hasn't played 2 games for Liverpool. God, Thiago, man, get on your thing. No. What do you think of Koundé from Sevilla? Wow, you love this guy, Denham. You absolutely love him. I thought he was. I mean, Man City wanted him. Well, he's actually a very good center back, but I'm not sure about his 80 million release clause. I'm not sure about that, unless he was injured. Then, if he was injured, paying 80 million for an injured center back is absolutely okay. Like Lucas Hernandez, but at least we got Lucas's worth. But I wouldn't do it again. I would not be spending another 80 million on a center back. The best thing about Upamecano is he has a release clause of like 40 million next year. That's a big margin. God, what word am I trying to say? That sounds like margin. Oh, bargain. That's a big margin. I can't do this. Big bargain. So we're waiting for it. I mean, there are people that say Upamecano is terrible. There are people that are saying Upamecano is beautiful. And I'm not sure about it. I think we should just be rating him as a footballer and not as a person, okay? So, seriously, I think he is a very good player, though. He had a training session with us, but he left. Before he left? Who are we talking about? You secretly want Poulsen, but you're not going to say it. Don't get me... Don't let me get started. Okay, the Poulsen hate isn't that serious, but I just wanna. It is. I don't like him at all as a football. But it shouldn't be personal, okay? But it's getting personal. What do you think about Goretzka? He's playing very well this season, and Hernandez too. I don't want to be praising Goretzka. They'll just say I'm pushing Goretzka propaganda. Man. See, welcome to the party, because I was here first, okay? I'm actually the CEO of the Goretzka Praise Club. All I did on this channel was praise Goretzka. Everyone was like, George, he has no shots. And I'm like, first of all, you gotta let him do it. George, he doesn't do this. George, his passing's weird. And I'm like, Leonardo da Vinci Goretzka will prove you all wrong. And then he did, and no one wants to give me credit. Okay, I was taking abuse for my Goretzka love. Okay, they told me all these things. George, and I said it. Leonardo da Vinci Goretzka will take over the world. And he is, and I'm just enjoying it, okay? I'm just enjoying it. Yusuf is best, don't mess with him. Oh, Yusuf Poulsen is the best, I shouldn't mess with him. Poulsen to Bayern is a dream. Swap Poulsen for Lewandowski. Wow, that's a nightmare. Oh man, Poulsen won Bundesliga goal of the month. What a joke. Kimmich scores goals with his freaking stomach. What, was that this month? No, it wasn't this month. Well, he can win it this month because it's only been 12 days. So no one really got a chance to score any more Bundesliga goals because of the international break, which, by the way, in 10 days, we can go back to having Bayern play. Thank goodness. I'm tired of this international break. I already want Bayern playing. It always feels longer than it is. But yeah, I think this is the show. This is the video, the end of it. Leave a like on this as well. We are currently at 30 likes or 28 likes. Let's get to 30. I appreciate everyone that tuned in today. Bro, Sane is very good. He's very strong. What do you think about Sane? This channel might as well just be called Sane now, because I have over 30 videos with Sane in the title. Oh my goodness. Over 30 videos on this channel have Leroy Sané. I was making videos about Sané close to Bayern Munich. I made the first video. I was like, Bayern Munich want Leroy Sané, and Man City fans were abusing me. Mate, he'll never leave Manchester. Mate. Well, actually, no. They don't live in Manchester. The majority of City fans. Well, I don't even want to make this joke because that would be so bad. But come on, I can't make that joke. Nah, that's so. The fact that I almost did the accent. Oh, that's so terrible for me. Oh, no. I'm so wrong for even thinking that. Okay, yeah, but seriously, everyone was like, the City fans, Sané won't leave Man City. I was in so many arguments. You don't understand. Argument after argument. In those, Leroy Sané, welcome to Bayern, but he's not really at Bayern. It's just a video about him potentially joining Bayern. I would watch those, and there'd be people going, "Oh my goodness, Sané won't join you. Why would anyone want to join Bayern?" And then they talked so much that Sané was like, "Shut up! I'm joining them." And he said, "Mia San Mia," said Pakmas, Servus, goodbye to the Farmers League, and he came to Bayern Munich, and he said service, which can also mean good, like welcome, right? You know what I mean? So thank you everyone so much for watching. I gotta go. Make videos about Man United. Get out of here. No, why would I do that? What? Let me make videos where I just make fun of United. That doesn't sound as fun as making videos where I make fun of Bayern. Okay, that doesn't sound as interesting. George City don't have fans. They do have fans. My teacher, he was our second coach for my team. Yeah, he was a City fan. He went to the Etihad Stadium, and yeah, he made no new friends because there was no one else to make friendships with. Mia San Mia and Flick. God damn it! You got me! Oh my goodness! No, I look so stupid. Oh, this man typed Mia San Flick, and I said Mia San Mia and Flick. Oh, God! Because I read it in my head, and it changed up my words. Oh my goodness! I got a hole in between my freaking brain. Oh, I feel like the Allianz Arena. I feel like a donut. Because the Allianz Arena looks like a white powder Nah, this stadium is beautiful, man. But it looks like a white powder donut. I swear. That is so crazy. The Allianz Arena. Oh my God, it looks exactly like a white powder donut. It's like they just made a donut big, right? and then there's a hole in the middle, and then they just put a bunch of seats around. Oh my goodness. And it's just search up white powdered donut, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. That's the Allianz Arena. Nah, Mia said Mia and peace. Nah, this guy's moving.